You're listening to Party Nerds Weekly.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Party Nerds Web Show. Facts, I'm here today. Ralphie's here today. I wanted everybody to send out their thoughtful condolences to our homeboy Haas out there going out to see some family today. So shouts out to him. We will more than likely see him back next week. Big things on the horizon. Actually, we got a lot to talk about. One happening to be the fact that the Party Nerds were pretty much invited to a couple of screenings that this young lad just happened to go to this past week. One happened to be the F1 advanced review screening, and as well Jurassic Park Rebirth. So I'm not trying to get into like spoilers or anything with you, but I know how much of a car fanatic you are.
Right.
So obviously we have our jokes about Fast and the Furious, but this is a little different.
Yes, exactly.
You know, so like this is pretty much, I'm going to call it a running ad for F1 racing here in America. So it's like a 2-hour commercial for F1. So am I accurate in that statement?
Yes and no.
Okay.
But yes, I'm going to lean a little bit more yes. I'm going to give you like a 75% yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that 25%, like, no, not too much.
So for those of us that do not know about F1 here stateside, like what exactly did we hope to see by what's up, Dennis? Well, he says Phoenix. By the way, we're getting into a lot of things. One happens to be the discussion that we had last week, where we went through an entire I'm not going to say 64 team saga, but we went into an Avengers Doomsday bracket by bracket, 8 particular characters throughout the MCU, and we got down to our final 2, and we hit like a stalemate. One happened to be the fact that our stalemate was our final, and it was Scarlet Witch versus the Dark Phoenix, and we said who is going to win. So most of the comments that you will see here today, and most of the comments that we're going to be reading later on, are going to be about who's basically smoking who. Is it going to be Scarlet Witch or is it going to be the Dark Phoenix? So my man Dennis already clued in his comment saying the Phoenix is smoking that Scarlet pack. Gene in 4. All right. So Ralphie, once again, getting back to F1. Yes, that is the comment for today. That was the flyer that was basically put up. Everybody added their 2 cents, and we are back. But Brad Pitt, Damson Idris, who more than likely will be our new Black Panther, I hope. But crossing our fingers. And as a matter of fact, what's up, Mark? As a matter of fact, did it almost seem like Damson would be like a real good T'Challa if he, from this movie alone, to be like, okay, did he look like he could step into the role?
I can definitely see him maturing into it for sure. And watching the movie, like you said, you get to see a different aspect versus how he was kind of serious from Snowfall. So now you get another perspective of him actually being kind of like similar, like a Top Gun, but the young gunner and stuff like that. Which, like, again, I'm watching the film, I was like, I seen that essence of maturity from him. So it was just like I can see the T'Challa. That's why I'm like, you know what? Fingers crossed if it happens. I'd love to see this transition.
So wait, Brad Pitt was kind of like almost like the mentor or the with the mentee.
Exactly.
Damson in this, and they had notable F1 drivers. Verstappen was in there. Lewis Hamilton was in it.
Mm-hmm.
So look, I'm saying these names. If you don't know F1 racing, they probably sound oblivious to you, but these are famous race car drivers currently in the circuit of F1. F1 is totally different than IndyCar. IndyCar happens nationwide. It happens here in the United States. F1 is a worldwide global event, basically a race marathon. It's not like everybody turning left like NASCAR. They do it in Monaco. They do it in Miami. They do it in Austin, Texas. They do it in Bahrain. They do it in Tokyo. So it's a global thing. So when I talked about that this would be a running commercial for F1 here in the States, did the story find a little bit of impact?
So I'll say like this without trying to put too much spoilers on there, because again, the movie does drop this Friday.
Hmm.
The movie does a very good job of getting people who are entry level into the sport at least somewhat involved into it, because one, you have Brad Pitt, he's a little bit easier on the eyes, obviously, so you're gonna get the Google and Gaga over there.
Okay.
Hey, listen, you get that. But on the other hand, as well, too, understanding the sports and basically the science behind it, and like again, it's about camaraderie and like the teamwork that kind of goes into this. You get a better understanding. So kind of what you're saying, like a running 2 hour F1 commercial, but also you get a little bit of story in the background, because everybody, if you are an F1 avid person, you'll understand already kind of the concept of, oh yeah, I already know this. And me, I kind of went into this movie trying to be as unbiased as possible, to where I wasn't thinking about Driven, I wasn't thinking about Rush, I wasn't thinking about any other racing movie. I wanted to get the purity of this movie as wholeheartedly, and I can honestly say for myself, like it was definitely like again an 8. And I would definitely promote those who have kind of like that interest to see like, okay, what's the fascination behind it. If you haven't seen Drive to Survive on Netflix or anything of that, this would be kind of like a nice entryway to see what it's like. Because James, when I tell you, like, the sound was amazing, so like you get the authenticity of like the roaring of the engines and
I was
the
about to say
crowd.
the cinematography basically attached to the cars and everything.
And what's crazy is because I've been
What's
literally
up, Everett?
following this movie for quite a bit. They followed the F1 schedule so that they could record as well.
Oh my God.
Yes. So you can only imagine the season's happening. And so obviously they still have the race, but they're also doing shoots of the movie. So in the whole course of the movie, there's little parts where they're overtaken and all that. And that's actual practice rounds that they necessarily had, but they were also shooting the movie.
Right.
So there's instances, again, they're overtaking a character and you're like, oh, snap, this is crazy. Like you think it's a race, but it's, and I want to say shout out to like Jerry Bruckheimer, because I feel like he does very well
Wait,
with
whoa, whoa,
automotive.
whoa. Bad Boys?
Yes, yes, Jerry Bruckheimer.
So without Michael Bay, Jerry Bruckheimer is basically a part of this whole thing too. I see that.
And like I said, this is kind of like a chef's kiss because the action is there, so it gets you kind of gripped into it. As I stated before, years it's not just basically on that. There's like there's a story behind it. There's concept. There's the wind tunnel, like the whole cinematography. It was just it pulls you in. And like I said, it's definitely an enjoyable movie. I would definitely promote those to go see it.
All right, cool. So running endorsement, Ralphie, as far as the party nerds are concerned, F1 is a go-to to see more than likely this Friday. Then this is the thing. This is a double review because
Yes.
Ralphie got a chance to go with let's see, Jerv, Ed
Mm-hmm.
to go see Jurassic Rebirth. Oh, and Darnell in the voice.
Darnell.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. So Jurassic Park rebirth, Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, two people who have pretty much been added to this particular franchise. Chris Pratt, not in this.
Nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found. So Chris Pratt had like the last two, three Jurassic Park movies, and now we move on to new MCU people jumping into the Jurassic Park franchise. All right, now I have my own reservations about the Jurassic Park movies. It's another one of those franchises that I just like. I'm not too interested in anymore
I'm glad. I'm
because
glad.
the first two were done by Steven Spielberg, Lost World, and the original Jurassic Park. After that, I'm lost. The evolution of dinosaurs being brought back to life and then evolving them some more with like different mammals and saber tooths and shit. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. What are we doing? Like now we're playing God with dinosaurs. Okay, cool. All right, y'all go ahead and have that. I'm not necessarily into it. But what did you think?
I'm gonna go ahead and say it like this. If you wanna, I know somebody had put up there, oh my god, I didn't think Jurassic Park would be a horror movie. Yeah, it's horrifically horrible. I'm gonna go ahead and be honest, and again, I'm trying my best to not spoil it, but At this point, I'm pretty sure you're all going to wait for HBO Max or Peacock, wherever it's going to be. Because yeah, for me, we've literally drained the cow completely dry. Like
I'm
it,
sure.
it to a point where I was watching this movie and this was equivalent to watching Jurassic Park meets The Hills Have Eyes. The whole mutation aspect of what they're creating and all that types of stuff has gone so far fetched to the point that watching the film is just you're just kind of like why like, at this
Yeah.
point it's why
Don't
there
introduce
was
new dinosaurs. There is no new dinosaurs. Now you're making dinosaurs and giving them new names because you need to sell more toys.
there was a dinosaur that well it was a special guest. I'm not even gonna say it was
A
a
special
dinosaur
guest.
there was a special
A
guest.
special guest dinosaur?
Yes, y'all know from Mortal Kombat Goro. Remember him? So now he apparently mated with a T-Rex, and there's a Goro type T-Rex or whatever you call it. I call it Pimplesaurus Rex.
Was
But
it
either
with
which
6
way,
baby arms?
it had 4. So it was up here, and then the other one were like 2 fingers in the back there like this. Ah. So it had up
That's
here,
absolutely
and then
disgusting.
and then with that being said, the head was like looking at a pimple, like that was freshly about to be popped, and you just wanted to keep going to poke it, or you felt like you needed something to go just like that. It just happened to hit the screen, and then it had eyes, so obviously turned me off all the way. The storyline again, it's what do you expect from the
Oh,
storyline?
I got a question.
Go
Did
ahead.
did Mahershala get into any hand-to-hand combat?
No, but at the same time, it's just enough to make you pissed off because I kept watching the screen and then I kept thinking to myself, Blade could have been done. As I'm watching him finish this movie, I'm like, Blade could have been here, but you chose to do this. Now I know Jeremy's probably in the background, like, man, it's that Jurassic Park. He's financially stable. I don't care. I'll
No.
never forgive Marshawn for this.
No.
I'm sorry.
Mahershala doing
Whatever.
Jurassic Park makes no sense. This man's a 2-time Academy Award winning actor. And to be honest, him doing Blade at the moment when he originally got casted for it didn't make any sense. So for him to stoop to the lowest of the lows and jump into something such as Jurassic Park, and now that you're telling me that there's dinosaurs with 4 arms and a pimple on his head, I'm saying to myself, what are you doing with your career, bro?
There was a Velociraptor pterodactyl type
Excuse me?
thing. A Velociraptor pterodactyl. So,
Velocitodactyl?
hey, listen, whatever you want to call it, it had the tick tick tick, but it was just flying all over the place. Again, thank you, Mark.
Straight to Prime Video.
Straight to Prime Video. Straight to Prime. Wait for it to hit Peacock. Hopefully, you got that. You can watch. You can wait for it there. It
Oh
was
my
not
God.
it.
What's up, Doc? Who's ignoring Doc's messages? I don't know. I don't have social media.
Here I am.
That would probably be Jorge. Stooping Low would be starring in Fast 11. Wow.
Wow. Really? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You knew he was
I
going to
would
do that.
rather Jurassic takes an ultimate low.
Oh, of
but
course.
not as low as Fast 11. We haven't even gotten a concept of what Fast 11 is. Yes, is it going to be trash? Probably, more than likely, but it's going to be enjoyable. You can at least I can anticipate the attitude that's going to come along with it. I'm there already.
Mahershala has no business being in any of these
None.
movies. As a matter of fact, he should not have any input into Blade whatsoever. So that's probably why it's not getting made. Him doing Jurassic Park and trying to continue to make squeeze what do they say? Squeezing water from a stone.
Yes, that's literally what that was.
Squeezing water from a stone. That's what the Jurassic Park franchise has now become. And that's what the Fast and the Furious franchise will become pretty soon.
Once again, at least I can I'm already prepared for an attitude. That's a given. For Jurassic, though, again, you got Marshawn. I don't have no Academy Award winning people in investors
but
that.
You do have blockbuster people. So Jason
But
Momoa,
I don't have Academy Award winning. You see, there's a difference.
Yeah, this is different. You have blockbuster people. Vin Diesel does have a track record. Jason Momoa now has a track record. He's doing Minecraft and making money. So, that's just That's just what he's doing.
You know, and we still have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who's about to win an Oscar
Oh my god.
for whatever that is. But again, I'm prepared for the attitude. This one, you kind of threw me in there, and like I said, just this, like, it was terrible, terrible.
All right, continuing on. We actually, what is it? We actually have a perfect segue because we were talking about Mahershala Ali being in this Jurassic Park movie, but there was a little bit of news that came out on Variety magazine where it discussed the matter of David Goyer, who was the original scribe for the Blade trilogy, offered to write the MCU Blade reboot and said he got turned down. So David Goyer won't be taking another stab at Blade. The screenwriter of the original Blade trilogy, which starred Wesley Snipes as the leather-clad daywalker vampire hunter, reveals he considered helping Disney's Marvel Studios reboot the franchise that has languished in development hell since Feige first announced the project. He also directed the third and final film in Snipes' trilogy, Blade Trinity. We don't talk about that movie. It doesn't exist. And went on to co-write Christopher Nolan's Batman reboot, the Dark Knight trilogy. So the thing is, the dude actually has a track record. He did the first Blade, the original Blade. He did the second one, which was amazing, with Guillermo del Toro. He did co-write the Dark Knight, and he offered to help. He was like, okay, if you want to take a little bit of what I've done in the Blade universe and possibly adapt that for what you're doing now, I'd like to render my services. And to which Marvel was just like, no.
We are it.
Yeah.
Which that just means is if they already have an agenda. At this point, especially if you're knocking that out, they have an agenda. So as far as I'm concerned, hashtag Ryan Coogler is right over there. That brother is available.
Just go look. He already made a Black Vampire movie. I don't even think he needs to be involved in this shit at all.
So we can better.
And yes, I agree with everybody in the chat. There's only 2 Blades. There is not a third. Okay, that one that just happened to be with the dude that plays Deadpool right now, and Justin Timberlake's wife. We don't know that movie.
Because colonizer and China.
You know what I'm saying? Just saying that's just not going to be in here whatsoever. Okay, so that movie does not exist at all. Secondly, what is it? We wanted to talk about, of course. Did anybody know that Legendary is, of course, with the success of the first 2 Mortal Kombat movies, they are now doing this Street Fighter movie. So nice. if anybody's old enough to remember, and I sure do, Raul Julia playing M. Bison, Jean-Claude Van Damme playing Colonel Guile. They are going to do a brand new Street Fighter movie. They just cast their Chun-Li. Her name is Kalina Liang. She's a brand new actor. Basically, I think the last movie she was in was a Steven Soderbergh movie. So if you have a chance to look her up online, go ahead and Google her. It's Callina. Last name Liang, Liang. So I don't know if she has the thighs for the Chun-Li persona. I'm just letting you know. Look, people look at video game characters a little bit differently.
They definitely do.
And the way that Chun-Li was built is definitely a thing of notice. You know,
well, they also said Roman Reigns was going to be
who's he going to be?
Akuma. He's going to be Akuma.
They're also okay. So they're adapting like Street Fighter 3 or Street Fighter GT, because this is the thing. Hadouken! What's this is one you hear all this noise behind me? This is Jorge in the void, because that's one of his favorite video games.
That's it.
So that's literally Jorge's favorite video game of all time. It's the reason he has big thumbs. So he plays it like crazy. He'll go up against anybody. That's just what
go ahead, y'all. Y'all can add him and go ahead and challenge him. Good luck.
I'm not playing this music. This is Jorge doing this. He's doing it from the void.
I'm just saying this also, lastly, because this was the rumor, but I think it might be true. Who's playing Ryu?
Look, he made sure to put that up there, Doc. He said, put the Jorge Pierce, Doc. Look.
the dude that played from the Warriors, the Jet Li movie, Warriors. Oh, not movie. I said Jet Li. Bruce Lee.
Oh, the
He was-
Warrior series?
Yeah. So the main character, the one that
Yes.
was out there, he's playing Ryu,
Oh, okay.
which I'm okay with.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay.
I love that show. I mean, the thing is, you got to have a script
That part.
because the original Street Fighter movie did not have a script.
They were just going off wall, and Jean-Claude Van Damme just yelling at the screen. I'm coming.
That movie had no script at all. They had this big E Honda looking dude that barely said 2 words. They had a Balrog that was offensive. So the introduction of somebody like Akuma maybe could play into a part, but you got to have a script. You can't introduce all these characters and not have a script. That's kind of like what we say about Mortal Kombat, where we say you can't do Mortal Kombat and not have the tournament. That's the dumbest shit ever.
I mean, they were building into it, but you know.
Wait, what did Jorge say? Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue is Cammy. Yeah.
Yeah. Was she Cammy?
Yes.
Oh, get me out of here, yo. That is. Yo, I did not for one, Cammy is British, and you got an Australian playing Cammy.
You know.
All right, whatever. All right. So to get right into it, he said Van Damme was hitting that behind the set. Oh, I'm pretty sure he was. Pretty sure.
As he's doing this little dance move.
Doing this little dance. Yes, indeed. So one thing we wanted to get into, he said, here we go with fighting game movies again. Virtual Fighter is next.
Hey.
No, sir.
Hey.
We're going to do another remake of Dead or Alive, whether you like it or not.
A little Dead or Alive.
All right. So we got to get into he said, hey, yo, Big Thumbs is wild crazy. We got to get into all right. So last week we did this 8-team circuit of a bunch of MCU characters that we thought that were already introduced in the movies, probably even some that you probably know from the comics, and pretty much put them against each other, pitted them against each other into like a tournament styled type of aspect. And we got down to our final 2. And that's what the question is above here today, where it says Scarlet Witch versus the Phoenix. Who wins? So we talked about this before, and I see people in the chat. What's up, Andre?
What up,
so, what is it? Show enough put in the chat. He said, been given the Scarlet Witch versus the Phoenix some thought. I don't like Scarlet Witch at all. However, for cinematic reasons, her saying the dreaded No More Mutants would be a good way to off the Fox X-Men. Yo, imagine that. If Avengers Doomsday, if she says no more mutants and those motherfuckers go away, he said, how about Jonathan Majors as Balrog? As long as he doesn't have the haircut, we're doing okay, because that haircut, even in the video games, is atrocious. I'll take Jonathan Majors as Balrog. But the thing, once again, to have him in a dumbed down role, I would feel bad for him. Doc says Phoenix wipes Scarlet Witch from existence. What is it? Dennis said, for one, he said Phoenix is smoking the Scarlet Witch pack, Jean and 4. He said that, Jorge said, who is playing DJ in the new Street Fighter movie? DJ?
The boxer?
Didn't they have like a Joanna Man play DJ? They did have Joanna.
Yeah, they had. Yeah.
That was fucking horrible.
Who would they have as DJ?
What is it? Let's see. Doc says Phoenix wipes away the Scarlet Witch, and it's not even fair. So, for one, I talked about this with Haas. I am. Well, we said Michael B. Jordan is DJ. Offensive.
No, we're not doing this.
Accent or Michael B. Jordan is.
We're not doing this. You might as well just bring back what was the dude from what was the fucking show? Luke Cage.
Oh my God! Oh, Michael Coulter. Oh, Bushmaster.
Bushmaster. Bring me back Bushmaster.
Stokes. Mariah Stokes. Give me Stokes.
Bring him back.
Bring him back as DJ. I need him back. You're mine, Bison. You're mine. Next time you come down here, you got to deal with me. You hear me? He said, I knew that shit was coming. Oops. Anybody heard of M. Bison? Hmm? Hmm? Michael B. Jordan is DJ. This shit is that. Once again, he said
No,
no. We don't need to bring him back. Facts.
yes, you do.
Come on, Bushmaster as
Bushmaster.
DJ would be great.
Absolutely stellar. I
Be
told you.
absolutely flames.
You're not seeing big picture here, Dre. You're not seeing big picture here.
You see that man in the general outfit doing the torpedo. I saw him flying, do spin move on me.
I hit him with 2 times.
He don't want to deal with me. He said, I'm calling the doctor right now. 2 times. All right, so we obviously said that we needed help with this.
Yes.
So I'm going to bring it up how we brought it up last week. We brought up the fact of the 2 things that we were wondering as far as like who could win, because we were pretty much at a stalemate between Scarlet Witch and the Dark Phoenix. Not to say that, because it was just me and Haas and everybody here in the comments. So we were all pretty much trying to figure out exactly who could be the winner in this. So when we're talking about it in that context, it was tough, man.
Y'all broke it down though. Y'all
did
really broke it down.
We tried to break it down as much as we could. The only thing that like kind of like propelled us is that, okay, how is this going to figure out as far as like how it's supposed to just go? Like let's see. And the thing is, you can't say Jean Grey, because we were saying you got to say the Phoenix. Like she has to have the Phoenix Force in order for this battle to even go down. Like, how does that happen? So they're saying that because of the movies, Scarlet Witch might have an advantage, but also due to the power sets of a particular Dark Phoenix and due to the power sets of a particular Scarlet Witch, you're not too sure is that actually who could win this. So let's get down to it. This is how we did it last time. All right, so it's saying for the one that Scarlet Witch might have a good chance against Dark Phoenix, and also that the Phoenix has a good chance against Scarlet Witch. Everybody has that thing, but the thing is also that the Scarlet Witch is the Phoenix is a cosmic entity that attaches itself to one of the most powerful Omega level mutants on Earth, and then they become the Dark Phoenix or become the Phoenix, however you want to basically preclude that. The thing is with Wanda is that she can alter reality. So she has a way of manipulating a fight. And how do you skate past that? He said the witch is tripping over an android and imaginary kids. What are we doing here?
But that's the thing that edges out a small portion where I thought about it, because
right.
you
so we're talking about Westview.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we're talking about Westview.
So she's able to go ahead and do something like that. And if we're looking based off of, like, again, the movie perspectives, Wanda would technically have that little advantage because she's motivated by lost, angered by everything that's happened around her, and that just fuels her rage, essentially.
Okay.
So if you have something that's fueling her rage versus, let's say, like Fox's Phoenix, where it doesn't really she has anything. It's just like, again, it's a cosmic being that just happened to awake because she was trying to save her friends and stuff like that. Technically, you would choose Wanda because I'm like, yeah, rage over anything will win over something small and emotional. But
okay.
then that's where I would bring back Jean. Well, not Jean. Phoenix. She's just OP altogether. Phoenix for the win, period. She's just OP if we allowed, again, any type of rage, or for, what was the one movie? It was that the one with Magneto, and then she was just rocking with him like the entire time. She just let the entity kind of rule. Yeah, because she's kind of free. So once you're free to do what you want, ain't no stopping you. Ain't no stopping you.
All right, so here's the other thing that I think a lot of people didn't consider. And I like what you're saying, Everett. He said, y'all act like the Phoenix doesn't have the rage factor to it. And I'm not even going to put that into discussion. What I'm saying here is that we know pretty much the power sets. pyrokinesis, so she can manipulate fire. She has telepathy, just like Jean does, because that's already attached. Concussive force blast, mind control, Jean. Psionic nexus, Jean. Flight, I guess that's Jean too, and the Phoenix. High intelligence, telekinesis, she can move shit with her mind. Teleportation, astral projection. There's something also as well as far as the entity is concerned of the Phoenix that a lot of people don't seem to be taken into accord, and it's the fact that the Phoenix is immortal. It doesn't die. The entity just goes away, and it also resurrects Jean in some comics to where, like, if, say, for instance, even though Jean always has this problem with her high blood pressure, she does faint a lot. The Phoenix has resurrected Jean on a couple of occasions in comics. Also, due to the fact it is immortal. The Phoenix does not die. It does not go away. So it did. So once again, the Phoenix Force can overtake anything. It can not only do this to Jean, it can do the same shit to Wanda. So it's like it can do this. It's just like just what you said. All right. Look. Doc says, "Let me help y'all." Galactus fears Phoenix. He swatted Scarlet Witch away in a battle. Phoenix Force can do the same thing as Wanda. When Magic and Colossus had it, they created new species from scratch, and that's another thing. So it can create other entities within itself. It actually split and made the Phoenix Force, which was another 5 members of the X-Men, all having the Phoenix Force at one time. It was like Cyclops, Colossus, Magic, Namor, Jean. So not only was it in one person, it was in 5. So when I'm saying this, now that I've had a week to go over this, it is the Phoenix.
Thank you. I want everybody to understand. Thank you. I called this from the beginning. I heard it was said earlier. I just want to make sure we're here.
Just saying, look, as far as what life is in the cosmic universe, Jean is the X-Men run shit over the Avengers 7 days a week, twice on Saturday. It is what it is.
Because they jump everybody.
He said the DP has the same powers, but it's on the cosmic level, and Scarlet Witch needed Hope Summers' help to take down the Phoenix. Correct. Phoenix's life power, both infinite and incarnate. Phoenix can create and destroy life. She can manipulate realities just as well. Wanda is slightly better, but it's based on Jean's limited experience. Imagine Jean Grey about to run you a fade, but she passes out because of high blood pressure and comes back as the Phoenix. That's the thing, bro. Andre, thanks. But like I said, for the movie, that heifer will say no more mutants and get rid of all the Fox X-Men. I'll be mad as shit. I'll be mad as hell because there is no way in hell that the Avengers should beat the X-Men on any day of the week. No way, no how. But I guarantee you Marvel will do something like that. They will.
I mean, they got rid of Quicksilver, so.
Oh, yeah. They shot his ass down with a gun.
I know.
Don't make any sense.
So I was gonna say, isn't that technically the first mutant?
Like, wait, you telling me Quicksilver got shot by a bullet? A bullet.
There's worse ways to go out, but
like, please help me, y'all.
Saving Hawkeye.
Saving Hawkeye of all people. The one dude that can't do shit. He said, but it opens the door for a new cast of X-Men. And see, Everett, I know, but I'm still gonna be upset. I still gonna be upset if Scarlet Witch. You imagine if we get no House of X, House of M type styled movie, but yet in Avengers Doomsday she arrives and says that, and then that's our House of M moment. I'll be mad as hell. No,
it's a possibility now.
It is a possibility, and I don't want it to happen,
but it's possible.
Good God.
Disney execs are watching this right now.
If any Disney execs watching this shit, please do not have Wanda show up and say that shit. Please.
Get it, Russo brothers.
It's like I can't, man. I don't need it. So Chorte, run up these comments.
Run him.
I heard he had like a bunch. Biddle. Wait,
What's up, Biddle?
Bill, by till. I'm gonna get that right.
It's Bill.
How you doing, man?
Jorge.
Jorge's in the void right now, man. I don't know if he's gonna be able to pull up
He's
these comments.
practicing right now because of Doc. Good job, Doc. Now you got that.
See, Doc, now you done challenge him in Street Fighter, and he's probably behind the scenes playing a full game behind this. If he could only figure out what we're doing.
Well, while we're waiting on that, for the comments to come up, I also want to go ahead and drop another little driblet of other news as well, too, before we go ahead into the comments. Just to let everybody know, your assignments are due. Ironheart drops this week.
This is
so
true.
We all make sure you let the congregation know, suit up, mount up, get the dashikis, whatever you need. We need to show up. Ironheart drops.
You know what's funny? I saw Robert Downey Jr. show up. Thank you. There's Jorge. Robert Downey Jr. showed up and gave an endorsement to Dominique Thorne for her work that she did in Ironheart. I guess he's seen the series so far.
See, the GOAT spoke. There you go.
All right, Jorge, let's see what you got, man. He said Phoenix is just so OP, man.
Boom.
Andre the Phoenix, because who the fuck destroys the world over imaginary children?
Just let her go through pain. Just let her go through pain.
Look, God, man.
Just let her go through it.
Destroys the bitch. Those ain't your kids. The fight will be tough, but I think the Phoenix wins this one.
Boom.
Yeah, true. People saying Wanda don't know who is the Dark Phoenix. Yeah, see, look, people are saying Phoenix. They look that draw.
Wow.
I can't stand folks. It's rubbish. I'm a DC fan. First off, it's rubbish. I am a DC fan. Dominion Dumba. Both of them.
Dominion. Wait.
Dominion. Wait, the first dude's name was Dominion too. He said, "I'm consistent." Dominion. Anyway, for the most part, Phoenix wins, but it's ultimately up to the writer. You're giving the Stan Lee answer. That is the Stan Lee answer. Stan Lee used to basically say, whoever the writer is basically going to create the winner. This is a very big fight. No, you wouldn't say. I have no idea. I wonder how much of Instagram basically put this up for discussion. Horte. No, Horte.
No. That was probably it.
Was that it? That's crazy.
That was incorporating Facebook as well too, maybe.
That was nuts.
Surprisingly, I'm surprised we didn't get any more of those off-brand stuff.
Yeah, because there was a couple. I think what is it? Dennis said in the beginning of the podcast, he was like, "If we're talking about the movies, then Scarlet Witch, because of the way that they created her as OP, to where she took out Professor X from an alternate reality, took out Reed Richards from an alternate reality, took out Captain Marvel from an alternate reality, Captain America, so on and so forth." So
it's Captain Carter. Let's get it.
It was Captain Carter. I'm sorry about that.
Hashtag feminism.
So for the most part, everybody says Phoenix. We had a week to talk about it. Me and Haas were like sitting here on like pins and needles, thinking to ourselves like, how could that have possibly gone down? I think any way those brackets would have went down, it would have been Scarlet Witch and Jean. However we would have did it, it could have been reconstructed, and we could have redid it from scratch. There was some upsets in it, but still, at the end of the day, it was still Jean, and it was still Scarlet Witch. Those were the final two. So at some point in time, because the Mutant Saga is coming up with this brand new phase, I feel like that's got to happen. That has to be a fight that has to happen. And the thing is, should we sit there and watch Scarlet Witch get smoked by Jean? I think that's going to be a thing.
It's going to be amazing.
I think that would probably be the best bet. If Disney doesn't figure anything out about Marvel, one thing that they need to come up with, he said Black Bolt died because Reed Richards couldn't keep his mouth shut.
This is a very big fight.
He said, Black Bolt opens his mouth, you're going to die. And he was like, all right, well, let me just shut this nigga's mouth real quick. He said, look, and Everett, you believe, look, I'm telling you, it would be glorious. If there's a Jean Scarlet standoff, it would be glorious. They got to make that fight big enough. But the thing is, they also have to make it so Jean just handles business. The X-Men run shit. I hope that I'm able to put that out to you. I mean, God, I mean, Bo DeMeo keeps going on about X-Men 97 season 2. He's giving up script items that he was going to do for season 2. He knows that everything pretty much got scrapped, but he's still talking about it. Look, I feel like I was with him. I was with him in the beginning. Now I'm not too sure. It will be new Jean. You imagine if the old Scarlet Witch beats like Famke Janssen and then a new Jean appears and just tears into Wanda Maximoff? Bro, she's the great pretender, as they call her in the comics. So as far as the mutants are concerned, they don't like Wanda. They hate Wanda. All mutants don't like Wanda because of this particular book. They all hate her. They don't like her. As a matter of fact, they talk down to Magneto because of the fact that you was like, you claim that little bitch. So there's certain things that like tee people off about Wanda to the rest of the mutants, and I hope that gets played out. I mean, they might go into the fact that Magneto is her dad, and they might bring up the whole Polaris effect. They might bring the Quicksilver, all that type of stuff in there. But you also got to bring up the fact that, you know, nobody likes her. Nobody. You can bring your kids and your Android boyfriend. We don't fuck with you. All right. All right. So, damn, I was about to say Haas, my brother. To get into what we're about to go into next week, he said we had a Scarlet Witch on our universe and she wasn't shit, and neither are you. Everett, I hope that comes to be. So next week is, we said we were going to cover it, and we're going to cover it. Ironheart starts on the 24th. They're going to give us three episodes right from the get-go. Dominique Thorne just did a interview with Good Morning America to where Robert Downey Jr. showed up, gave an endorsement of the show. Ryan Coogler basically came out as the executive producer. Andre, yes, I'm watching it, and we all should. Ryan Coogler came out as the executive producer. He said, Everett, you got to watch it.
That's right, Everett. You better watch it.
He said, I'm gonna watch it. If it starts out to be trash, I'm gonna stop watching it. So the big thing for us is that we're gonna cover it. They only gave us a month of marketing. They gave us two trailers for this, which I feel like is very proper. You give us 2 trailers. I don't know nothing. I have no. He said I will watch. He's from Chicago. Got to represent the hometown. But we will be covering this once it drops on the 24th. I believe the 24th is tomorrow. So that means come next Monday, everybody need to be on game plan. We're all going to be programming at the same time. He said, I saw a trailer by accident on IG. That's okay. Dre, after watching the trailers, I still don't know shit. So I'm hoping to learn a little bit more. This does arrive tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's coming on at midnight tonight. I don't think so. So Disney Plus, 3 episodes in the beginning. And from what I understand, it's only 6 episodes. So we got our homework to do.
I'm expecting everyone to have a report next Monday. Don't you feel me now? I'm about to show up like everybody's parents. So where your book at? Where the book report at? I'm putting cases on everybody. Y'all better watch the show, and I expect a report.
Oh my God. All right. So for everybody here at the Party Nerds Web Show, myself, Ralphie, Jorge in the Void, Haas, we see you over there in Phoenix, man. Handle your business. We will see you next week. Everybody here back on the channel. Party Nerds go.